Hey everybody, this is Charles for Premier Guitar. I'm here with the madman from Maine, Dana Bourgeois himself, one of the finest luthiers alive and living still. And Dana, what do you got going here at NAMM 2012?
Oh wow! Well, we got a couple new things for 2012. Probably the one that I'd like to talk about most or first is this guy here. Pardon me, turning my back. This is our LaMontagne Signature model. It's an interesting story behind this guitar. We built a number of guitars for Ray for his last tour, and it turns out that probably his favorite guitar of the bunch was the plainest one. It was a Sitka spruce, mahogany Dreadnought, no fancy trim on it, but he just fell in love with the sound of the guitar. So, he actually asked me if building, a signature model was something that I ever do, and I said, oh yeah, I think we could do something like that. What would you like to do? So he said, well, this is my favorite guitar. Let's make something, like the Country Boy, but let's make it a little fancier. So this ended up being the just fancy enough guitar. Ivoroid binding instead of typical tortoise shell. 3-color herringbone trim, and a little bit of inlay in the fretboard. So this is the prototype, or this is one of a couple prototypes. Ray has the other, and seems like all of our dealers want them. We'll be shipping them, throughout the year.
Awesome, beautiful. Now you also have another, apart from the signature model, you're introducing the Luthier's Choice line this year? Let's take a look at that.
And let me put this guy back. So the idea behind the Luthier's Choice is that in the past 3 years or so, we found that more than half of the guitars we build are custom. Custom guitars are by definition designed by the customer. The idea of the Luthier's Choice is a custom guitar designed by me. Lots of times when I'm flipping through a pile of wood, I'll see like this special top or back or something, and it just says, oh, it just wants to be this particular guitar. I've always wanted to build a guitar of a certain type, perfect wood for it. You wait for the order to come in and it never comes in. Well, now I kind of get to do it. So they're not all going to be like uber expensive. Some of them will be sort of mid-priced if it wants to be a simple guitar. But what I'm going to try to do is just something a little special with each guitar, something that makes each one unique. As I say, we're going to try to make one a month. Between now and when I retire, I still won't build very many of them. So I'm sort of thinking of this as, at the end of my career, it'll be my legacy. So I'll show you a couple of them. The first, actually this is number 2. We brought the first 2 to the guitar, to the show today. This is a Brazilian rosewood back and side and an Adirondack spruce top, herringbone Dreadnought. A couple of sets of wood that I've set aside for a couple of years waiting for the right project. The bridge, which you'll get down to in a minute here, is a traditional style belly bridge with a through saddle, something I haven't done in about 25 years.
Why's that?
Just because I have my own bridge style, and this is kind of an homage to to my influences. These particular sets of wood wanted to be very traditional, make a very traditional guitar in my mind. And the finish is varnish, oil varnish finish. I can flip it over here and show you the back. Beautiful quarter sawn set with a little bit of figure. Great color, great sounding set of wood, and
big sounding?
Big sounding guitar, real big sounding guitar. Kind of one I wish I could take home, but we sold it.
You're the boss.
Sold it too quickly. Well, of this batch, this was the first one that sold.
Right.
So
I understand why.
yeah.
So what else do you have here from this series?
from the series, we have over at the other end of the bench here, we have an all maple or a maple backside and neck slope shoulder Dreadnought with a lot of eye candy finish on it. It's a full sunburst back top side, another varnish finish. The top, back, and side have a grain enhancement. It's technique of putting dye into the wood, sanding most of it off. That's what we're seeing in the flame here. It's it's depending on how much you sand off. You get a certain effect, a very deep figure in the grain, and hard to do. The finish took me 15 hours. I did the finish myself.
Are you keeping this one for yourself?
No, not keeping that one either.
Beautiful guitar.
Thank you very much. And again, an oil varnish finish. By the way, these guitars do not have inlaid pick guards. These are pick guard protectors, which come in very handy at the show. I forgot to pull them off before I showed you the other one. I can just show you a couple other guitars that we brought. Some of our standard models, but rather, we tend to bring some of our, nicer looking woods to the show. This is a 12 fret OM, long scale with a cutaway. The top is Adirondack spruce, and the back and side are Peruvian rosewood. Show that one to you. I don't know if it's even really rosewood, but it's a really beautiful, beautiful wood. First guitar I've built out of this material. It's a medium weight wood, very nice and ringy, great sounding guitar. I expect to be using a lot more of it. It's a non-endangered species, I'm told, and so availability, should be good.
What's it closest to tone-wise?
Koa, I think, like a nice, the harder variety, the harder, heavier variety of Koa. Got some nice ring to it, good warm, big mid-range. So fun to find a new tone wood that works and that you'll be able to, get more of next year, we hope. This is
a beaut.
This is a 00. Let me get it here so you can. 14 fret 00 with a redwood top. Flip it around. A very nice hard Koa, that hard Koa that I said I liked. Back and side, very dark color. The figure in the Koa is a little bit different from the classic flame. This is more of a, I don't know, almost like a fine quilt. Cocobolo binding, neck, a little bit of figure in the mahogany neck, Cocobolo binding, fretboard, headstock. This is a pattern that we used a number of years ago for the Ricky Skaggs signature model, and so I've resurrected it again for some other projects. We call it the DB Snowflake, Dana Bourgeois Snowflake.
Very nice. Is that it?
Quickly, little Brazilian style O. Over here is a new, so this is kind of a new model for us, the O, the 00. Yeah, pick it up, look at the back here. It's a nice dark set of Brazilian. This is a really neat sounding little guitar. Most people, most of our customers who order Brazilian order a Dreadnought or an OM. So, it's kind of fun to make them in the different, some of the other sizes. It's worth doing. Arrowhead backstrip, kind of a new. That's another sort of new decorative backstrip for us. A lot like the old 19th century marquetries.
Beautiful.
Guitar is a small jumbo, a new model in the last couple of years. It's become one of our more popular body sizes. I think it's number 3 after the Dreadnought and the OM. This one is a European spruce top, and the back and sides are cocobolo. Cocobolo can be very splashy looking, lots of nice sapwood, and it sounds good to boot. It's a very Brazilian rosewoody sounding, big, full, rich, overtony kind of wood, not endangered also. So we're looking to use more of that.
Is that cocobolo on the headstock cap as well?
You like the headstock?
That's amazing.
That's Madagascar rosewood, but it was a headstock veneer that when we buy like piles of veneer blanks, have them made into headstocks. This one was so cool. I set it aside, waiting for the right guitar. It seems to match the colors of the back.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. You've seen the Luthier's Choice. Brazilian Dreadnought. The last guitar that we brought to the show is a Soloist, which cutaway OM. The top is nicely figured Italian spruce. The pickguard is not a real pickguard. It's it's a pickguard protector. This guitar has no pickguard. Pyramid bridge. The back and side are Macassar ebony, which has a sound. It's a rosewoody kind of sounding guitar. Very good fingerstyle guitar. And a lot of people have liked this guitar at the show and have told us that it's one of the favorites of the bunch. A lot of players over here.
Yeah. Good. That's the people you want around. All right, Dana. Well, thanks for taking us through all these guitars, all of which are beautiful. Thanks so much for sharing it with us, and good luck with the Luthier's Choice.
Well, thank you.
I would like to see what you're going to do with that in the next couple of years. It's going to be fun, I'm sure.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you again.
Check out our website. We're going to feature each of them on the website. So.
And the website is?
www.pantheonguitars.com.
Awesome. For Dana de Bourgeois, this is Charles Softly signing off for PremierGuitar.com.